The people who achieve the most are usually the ones who think about achievement the least. They're not obsessing over the finish line. They're not grinding themselves into dust. Instead, they've discovered something quieter, something that feels almost too simple. What if I told you that the secret isn't in the having, it's in the becoming? Let's sit with this for a moment. You know that feeling when you see someone else's highlight reel and suddenly your own progress feels invisible? Or when you set a goal with all the motivation in the world, only to find yourself 3 weeks later, scrolling instead of doing? Maybe you've read all the productivity books, tried all the morning routines, downloaded all the apps. But somehow, the gap between knowing what to do and actually doing it feels wider than ever. You're not broken. You're not lacking willpower. You're just caught in a way of thinking that makes everything harder than it needs to be. Today we're going to explore 3 shifts that change everything, not through forcing or grinding, but through something gentler, something that feels like coming home to yourself. We'll walk through why loving the process makes you unstoppable, how to build kind discipline that actually lasts, and what it means to keep faith without forcing results. There was once a baker who wanted to create the perfect loaf. Every morning she would rush through the mixing, impatient with the rising, checking the oven constantly. Her bread was always dense, always disappointing. One day an older baker visited her shop. He worked slowly, almost meditatively. His hands moved with the dough like they were having a conversation. When she asked him his secret, he smiled. "I stopped trying to make bread," he said. "Now I just focus on this fold, this moment, this breath. The bread makes itself." When you fall in love with the process, outcomes become inevitable. Think about it. What happens when you're completely absorbed in something? Time disappears. Effort becomes effortless. You're not pushing against the work. You're dancing with it. This isn't about lowering your standards or giving up on goals. It's about understanding where real power lives. It lives in the small choices, the daily returns to what matters, the gentle consistency that compounds over time. When you're process-focused, you can't fail. Every day you show up, you win. Every small step forward is complete in itself. The anxiety of, "Am I there yet?" dissolves into the satisfaction of, "I'm here now." A student once complained to her teacher about her lack of progress. "I meditate some days, skip others. I read when I feel like it, ignore my practice when I don't. I'm so inconsistent." The teacher led her to a courtyard where water dripped from a roof into a stone basin. "Look closely," he said. She saw it, a small indentation in the solid stone, worn smooth by countless drops. "The water doesn't feel motivated every day," the teacher said. "It doesn't set intentions or make promises. It simply returns, again and again. And look what it creates. This is what I call kind discipline. It's not about forcing yourself through willpower. That's exhausting and unsustainable. It's about designing a life where the right choices become the easy choices. The people who achieve the most aren't more motivated than you. They've just arranged their lives so motivation isn't required. In a quiet garden, a gardener planted bamboo and roses on the same day. The roses bloomed quickly, bright, beautiful, immediately rewarding. The bamboo did nothing. Week after week, month after month, it seemed completely still. Visitors would walk by and praise the roses. "Why do you bother with that bamboo?" they'd ask. "It's not growing at all." The gardener would smile and continue watering both plants with the same care, the same patience. In the 4th year, something shifted. The bamboo didn't just grow, it exploded upward, 90 feet in 90 days. It had spent all that silent time building an invisible foundation of roots so strong, so deep, that when the moment came, nothing could stop it. Sometimes your progress is invisible. Sometimes you're in what I call a bamboo year, building roots that no one can see, developing strength that doesn't show up on any scoreboard. This is where faith comes in. Faith in the process. Faith in the small, steady steps. Faith that growth doesn't always announce itself with fanfare. There's an ancient principle called Wu Wei, action without forcing. Like swimming with the current instead of against it. Like finding the path of least resistance that still leads where you want to go. It means you can want something deeply without grasping at it. You can work toward goals without being anxious about timelines. You can be ambitious and peaceful at the same time. When you're in a bamboo year, your job isn't to force the shoots above ground. Your job is to keep showing up, keep watering, keep trusting. Here's what I want you to know. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has felt exactly like you do right now. Uncertain, behind schedule, not sure if they're doing it right. The difference isn't that they had more talent, more time, more resources. The difference is they made friends with the uncertainty. They learned to find joy in the middle of things, not just at the end. They discovered that the path itself is the destination, that becoming is more beautiful than having. That the person you're growing into through the pursuit matters more than any prize waiting at the finish line. You don't need to achieve anything to be worthy of love, rest, or happiness. But if there's something calling to you, something that makes you curious about who you might become in the pursuit of it, then trust that call. Your path is your own. Your timing is your own. But you don't have to walk it alone. Be patient with yourself. The bamboo knows what it's doing, even when it looks like nothing's happening. Trust the process. Trust your timing. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be.